Hi guys. All right, it's time for day 2 of Unit 6, Week 1. And so we're going to start by reviewing our sounds. So I want you to say them with me today. Y, yellow, y. K, kite, k. A, m, ham, am. R, rat, S, bugs, z. If you remember, that's our new one from yesterday. That's for our suffix. So that one sounds like z. Let's do that one more time together. S, bugs, z. C, cat, k. S, snake, s. Okay, so yesterday we learned something new called a suffix. And we learned that a suffix is when we have more than one. The big fancy word for that was plural. I know that suffixes can only go right here at the end of a word. And so I'm going to have two things now, a base word and a suffix. The base word is the word without a suffix. It's if I just had one. But as soon as I get more than one, I add this S on the end for my suffix. Marking up words with suffixes, there's a lot of steps. And so let's remember from yesterday what we do. The first thing we're going to do is underline that base word. Now remember, the base word does not have a suffix. That's why you see this line only goes until right before the suffix S. The second thing I'm going to do is circle the suffix. And the last thing I do is I'm going to say, does it sound like S or Z? And I'm going to put either an S or a Z above my suffix. These words, if we sounded them out, we would tap them a little bit differently than we do other words. So let's learn how to tap words with suffixes. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to tap the base word. So if I'm looking at this first word, I get my dragon claw up and I say, ah, p. Now, because that's my base word, and that's the biggest bulk of the word, I tap that one like normal, just up by my face like I do everything else. This suffix, the word doesn't have to always have a suffix, only when there's more than one. So I actually hide that suffix behind my back. Watch me on the camera. So when I tap mops, I tap ah, p. Hide your suffix. See how I just put it right behind my back here? And when I go to put the whole word together, I do mop, mops. I have to say the base word and the word with the suffix. So I'm going to do mops one more time. Ah, p. Mop, mops. Okay, let's look at this middle word. I'm going to put on my detective goggles and I'm going to see what all is in that word that I have to tap out. I see a digraph. I also see a bonus letter at the end. I'm going to remember those things when I tap them out. Okay, watch Mrs. Berry tap. Sh, o, shell, shells. You want to try to do it with me? We're going to go nice and slow. All right, let's tap the base word. Sh, o, hide your suffix. Tap or blend your base word. Shell, say the whole word. Shells. Okay, let's look at this last word. One more to do. Okay, put those goggles on, see what you need to tap out. All right, here we go. Tap with me. We're going to go slow. Pet, pets. Good job. We're going to do lots of practice today. So if that was confusing, it's okay. We're going to practice a lot. Okay, right now I am going to get out my cards. And we're going to make some words with suffixes. Let me get my list out. Okay, the first word we're going to do is dogs. Say that word. Dogs. I hear my base word, and I hear dog. And because I put the suffix on the end just means I have more than one. Maybe I have 3 dogs. So let's tap dogs. Let's go slow. D, g. Hide your suffix. Z. Dog, dogs. And now we're ready to build it. I know that for D, I'm going to find my D. Ah, that's my vowel. O. G is my consonant. So there's my base word. There's dog. But I told you, I have 3 dogs. So I need to add my suffix on. Those are these bright yellow frames all the way over here. And I know that I have a lot, but remember, we're only looking at the ones we know. And right now, we only know suffix X. So I'm going to drag my bright suffix frame up here and attach it to the end. Now I have D, A, G, dog, dogs. Let's mark up our word. The first thing I need to do is underline my base word. Then I circle my suffix. And now I need to decide, does it sound like or z? Let's hear. Listen to Mrs. Berry say it. Dogs. What did you hear? A Z. So I'm going to put a Z with 2 slanty lines. So now my word is dogs. Okay, let's build another one. My next word is going to be pets. Say that word. Pets. Okay, let's tap it. Let's go slow. Hide your suffix. Pet. Pets. Let's build pets. Yell at me. Tell me what I'm going to put for P. P. E. T. And now I'm ready for my suffix. Remember that they are on those bright yellow suffix frames. Pets. All right, let's mark that word up. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to underline my base word, which is my normal looking cards. And then I'm going to circle my suffix, which is on my suffix frame. And now I need to decide, does it sound like or z? Say the word with me. Pets. What did you hear? An S. So above my suffix frame, I'm going to put an S and 2 slanty lines. Awesome job. Oops. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, I'm going to find our last word. We're going to do shells. Say that word. Shells. Okay, tap it out with me. Sh. O. Shell. Shells. Okay, let's build it. This one has a lot of things that we have to think about, so we're going to go one letter at a time. My first sound was sh, so I'm going to drag up my SH, because it's a diagram. Then I'm going to mark up, or I'm going to build E. That's my vowel, E. Good job. And now I hear O. I'm going to put my L. Are we done? Not quite yet, because I remember that I have my bonus letters to think about. L could be a bonus letter, but only if it has a short vowel before it. So let's look at this pink card. It says E. Is that a short vowel? It is. So I'm going to take my second L and I'm going to add it up there. Now I have shell, but I need the word shells. What am I going to put up there? My suffix frame. Very good. So I'm going to drag my suffix S frame up there. So now I have shell, shells. Okay, let's mark it up. And just like when we were tapping it and when we were building it, we had to think about all those other things that we know. I have to do the same thing right now. So I'm going to really look at this word and figure out all the things that need marking up. Let's look at that first card. I see 2 consonants on one card. What do we call 2 consonants put together? A digraph. And I'm going to underline my digraph. Awesome job. I also see 2 L's. We call those bonus letters. Do you remember how to mark up a bonus letter? Awesome. You star the bonus letter. Anything else you see? The base word, shell, the suffix shells, and then my last thing I have to decide, does it say or z? What do you think? Or z? Shells. It says, so I need to put a Z with 2 slanty lines. Oh my, That was a lot of marking that we just did. Good job getting all of those things. I'm going to clear this. And now I need you to pause the video because I need you to get either a whiteboard, maybe a piece of paper, but something that you can write some sounds, some words, and a sentence on. So pause the video until you get those things. Awesome. Okay, I am going to tell you a couple of sounds, some words, and then even a sentence, and we're going to build them together. So the first thing I need you to do is write the letter that says, did you hear that? Okay, write that down. All right, tell me now. What did you put for? You put TH. And there's my card, but I'm also going to write it because I want us to check our handwriting. So when I write a T, I start at the skyline, go down to the grass line, cross at the plane line. And my H also starts at the skyline, goes down to the grass line, but it goes back up to the plane line and it makes a hump. So your TH should look something like that. Nice and tall. Alrighty, go ahead and erase if you have a whiteboard and you can. If not, we're just going to write on a different spot. Your next sound I want you to write is all. All. Okay, what did you put for all? A-L-L. And so on my cards, I'm going to pull up a green card because green is my glued sound. So there's my glued sound, A-L-L, ball, all. When you wrote it, it should look something like this. Your A should be at the plane line, but your 2L should be all the way at the skyline. Make sure you're working on that handwriting too. Alrighty, let's do another one. So erase if you have a whiteboard. Our next sound I want you to write is Tell me what says Okay, what'd you put? You put an M. Very good. So I drug my M up there, and you can see it's on a yellow card because it's a consonant. And when you write it, your M should have started at the plane line. We're not doing capitals because we're not writing a sentence or a name. It's just a letter. So we do the lowercase, and it starts at the plane line. Good job. Erase. Alrighty, friends. We are now going to do some words. And so when we do words, I'm going to tell you the word. We're going to tap that word out, and then you get to write it and mark it up. Okay, so here's our first word. Your first word is going to be cat. What is it? Cat. Okay, let's tap it together. Cat. Cat. Now I want you to write it. I'm going to write it too. Okay, let's see what we put for cat. What did you put for k? C, A, A, T. Very good. I'm going to show you my board now. So I put C, A, T, but I also put this marking above my A. Tell me, what is this marking called? A breve. Very good job. A breve goes above my short vowel. So A says A, and it's a short vowel. Don't erase. Because I had a cat, but now I have 3 cats. I changed that word when I said it. Instead of 1 cat, I now have 3 cats. So I want you to change your word to make it say cat. What are we going to add? I have more than 1 now. Good job. So I need to add my suffix. So on my cards, I'm going to add a suffix frame. And on my board, I'm just going to take my marker, and at the end, I'm going to add a suffix S. Okay, that changes how I mark it just a little bit. My breve gets to stay because it still says A. But now I need to mark my base word. What do you think my base word for this is? It's cat. What we started with, cat. So I mark my base word by underlining it.